Welcome, everybody, to our podcast, The Tapestry of Your Life. Today, we have lots of people here with us. Yes. So, it's Melissa, by the way, and
Nadine.
And
Joseph.
Kelsey.
Josh.
Eli.
And Sean.
I know, you've probably heard most of us on this podcast before, so we are catching up with some of our Rhema peeps. So, tell us what's been happening with your life. Kelsey, you get to go first.
Well, I'm about to start college by transferring my Rhema credits over to another university, Nelson University.
Woohoo!
And I recently found out that you can test out of a lot of college classes, so I'm about to do that. So that'll be really fun.
So what are you going to the university for?
Business.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it going to be computer science?
So,
or something with that?
Oh, yeah. So the computer
It's a great time to catch up.
So the business was going to be the degree, and for computer science, a lot of things have changed with computer science. So you don't really necessarily need a degree, but you need training. So a lot of companies offer these boot camps where you get trained for like a few months, and if you do well enough, they'll just hire you straight out of the boot camp.
Oh,
So
okay.
rather than spending like 3 to 4 years on a degree, it's better to just get an internship or apply for like a coding school.
All right.
Some people it might be better to do a science.
I was saying that's more than specific, probably for like what that company is looking for.
Yeah.
Different
I haven't
things
looked
like
into that one as much, but right now I'm gonna do the general business because that opens the door for most jobs. They're just like, we need a bachelor's. Doesn't matter what one, but.
Okay. All right, and then what about working?
I am a nanny still, but this time I am working with one family most of the time, which is a lot different than before because previously I've watched 2 to 3 families, at least different families a week. And now it's one family. So I get to like get more into the groove of like being a part of their family. They treat me really well and I get to know them. And you have to be a little more creative because you can't really do the same activity you do with everyone.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
up with more and more stuff.
Because you're with the same family all
Yeah.
the time now, so it's like you can't like recycle the same activity.
But it does give me a consistent schedule, which is really nice.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, you're next. How's Rhema? How's life? How's work?
Rhema's going well. I made some Rhema friends first years, and I've been going to some of the parties there, so that's been a blessing because I was kind of invited to that group from someone, Angel. I'll give him a shout out. And then I also got a new job. I got fired from one job, and then God put me into a better job. So I'm working at Kava. It's like a Mediterranean Chipotle type deal.
Is that similar to what you were doing here in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, except they just have wraps as well. And that's been a blessing from God, and I can just make more than enough so I can save for college. I plan on looking at further options that I can transfer my Rhema credits. I need to look at if they have any engineering stuff for Oakwood maybe, to look into that and see what career I want to go into, but everything's been great and school's going well. I'm getting all A's. I mean, that's pretty easy for that.
That's
but
surprise, right?
Yeah. Everything's going well, and I'm learning to do some more stuff on my own, so that's also good.
So, like, what's one of the biggest or most surprising things that you've learned since you've been down there?
Surprising things?
Either with school or, like, skills and stuff like that. Sean has said that he's been working and teaching lots of new skills, right?
Here and there.
Yeah.
I'd say budgeting for food. That's probably one of the biggest things.
Kelsey's been helping him with that.
Yeah, and try not to eat out all the time, I mean, the most progress I make is I'm starting to make smoothies, so that's one good thing I'm doing right now.
Okay.
And
I love smoothies. It's so much fun. I plan on owning my own like smoothie and milkshake like shop.
Oh,
Mel's Milkshakes.
Exactly. I think that's even the name of it, honestly, because I'm like, I love blending all those things and they kind of all go together. Use similar ingredients, so I figure I might as well. I love both of them.
Low operating costs.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Eli, we're throwing you in.
All right.
So tell us about you, what you do, all of those things, because I don't know that much, honestly. So
I've never been on the podcast before.
Yes.
I'm new to the group entirely. I'm from Oklahoma. Sean is mimicking my words.
Yes.
So I graduated Rhema with Kelsey this year in May. So I was also finishing up TCC, so I have an associate's in science, major in business administration. But
What's TCC?
Tulsa Community College.
Oh, okay.
So I was doing Rhema and Tulsa Community College at the same time. Graduated both of them this year. And so now I have that going into Nelson University as well. Kelsey's following me.
Kelsey.
And I'm doing it online, so I don't have to go to Texas or anything. But I'm just taking classes as I can pay them off. And my job is I make and sell eyeglasses at a little family-owned eyeglass shop in Tulsa.
That's cool.
I would say that's pretty cool. Do you use like your science and stuff with that at all, or not really?
It's more math and know-how than science.
I love math.
In case you couldn't tell, her
Yes.
sweatshirt has math.
Oh, it does. This is the only sweatshirt I own. It has math symbols on it.
Very mathy.
Yes. I teach math, in case you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Most of the math I use at my job is done by machines, so I don't have to do too much consistently. But knowing what the math is beneficial to me, so that I can make the right decisions for people's glasses and whether or not it's going to be super heavy or comfortable.
Yes.
I use all of that.
So, see that, people? You use math in everyday life, okay?
I've been telling my students this for years.
I have been. When am I ever going to use this? Do you need to see? Yes, you do. So, with eyeglasses is where you can use math, okay?
She's
That's
gonna
just
start
one of the
using
many
that
ways.
Going into the new school year.
I most definitely will, actually.
Look, Josiah's like,
So if you're her student and you wear glasses and you say, I'm not going to use this, she's going to say.
Exactly. I might share this podcast with my students and be like, see, you use math in everyday life.
Mm-hmm. And we use logarithms too, so it's not just basic math.
Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy.
I do have to relearn them.
Okay. Anything else you want to share?
That's me. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right, Josiah,
What?
you're here.
Yeah.
What would you like to share with the group? How is it having like everybody back together for a little while? Family time, you know. You plan on going to Rhema too, don't you?
Whatever God tells me.
Good
Okay.
answer.
oh,
Yeah.
well, I could remind you of some things God's told you.
I was gonna say,
Ah.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
You shared it
Yeah.
live
Yeah, but that, yeah.
in case he changes his mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know where that verse is.
I will
in the
say,
Bible.
you know, I thought the same, but he did tell me I was supposed to go to Rhema when I was 11. I didn't know what Rhema was. When I was going to the youth camp, the Rhema youth camp.
Yeah, I've heard this theme. Pastor Gabe has said how God had to tell him a couple times to go to Rhema, and then the last time it was like, this is the last time I'm telling you.
Josiah has
This is
a
your
few
last-
more years to hear.
This is your last opportunity to accept. So,
Yeah, well, okay, so we're with you on that. We're here to encourage you.
I bet.
I cannot encourage you with logarithms, so that would be Melissa.
Yeah.
Are logarithms encouraging?
yes.
Okay. I need to learn them then.
All right,
What
so
even- wait,
family, Josiah. What's been the best thing about having everybody back in town for a little while?
I don't know, just saying hi.
All the games?
Just saying hello.
Oh yeah, all the games. Talking.
What games have you guys played?
Some election game that she got addicted to. And then Spyfall.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to explain.
Um,
That's the reason I'm staring you down right
it's
now.
like-
I don't know what that is.
So it's like a game where there's however many spies you set it as, and there's like normal people that know the location and like have a specific role, but if you don't know the location, you're like the spy and you have to ask questions and like blend in so they don't vote you out.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only ask yes or no questions. So the people that know the location are trying to figure out who doesn't, and the spy is trying to figure out what the location is based off the questions. So if the location is like a hospital, you don't want to ask, will sick people come here? Because the spy would figure that out almost immediately, that it's a hospital.
Okay.
But you have to ask subtle enough questions that you could figure out who. So it's a very, like, thinking game where you
You know,
don't...
logarithms sounds way easier than this.
They probably are.
So what is a logarithm?
That has to deal with exponentials, actually.
Yes.
What is an exponential?
It's when the same number is multiplied times itself. And it has to
So
deal
that's
with
just-
graphs and different things like that.
That's just squared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
once
there's
you-
more than just squared.
But that's the beginning.
cubed, force, but that's the start of it, yes.
Oh, okay.
Once you get into algebra, you'll start learning more.
I'm in pre-algebra.
It does
There you
also
go.
a lot with like health and science and like populations and different things like that, like how fast there's growth for certain things or how fast things are also decreasing.
Aight.
Okay. You didn't know how much you would learn on this podcast, did you guys?
The multiverse.
Yeah.
It's
Educational.
It's a Swiss Army knife podcast.
Yes.
It's hilarious that you brought up logarithms because I was literally studying them yesterday. Because I, in order to test out of some of my college classes so I could save thousands of dollars, I need to relearn algebra. So
Yeah.
the CLEP exams allow you to test out of certain college classes, and you have to self-study for those, or you could buy a course, but I would much rather self-study. So the first thing we'll relearn is logarithms, because that is the first step.
So, how many classes are you planning on trying to test out
I'm
of?
planning on testing out of about 6 classes.
Okay.
So every 2 weeks, I'm going to try to take one and study for them for 2 weeks. And because for the college I'm going to right now, one class costs about $850, and to take the test, it would cost about $120. So
That makes sense.
yeah, saves you a lot of money in the long run. A lot of people don't know about it because I did not know about it until like 2 days ago. But
Yeah.
it is a very efficient way to save money.
Yes. So you've learned a lot about budgeting too, but for
Yes.
college.
Yes, and budgeting in general. I've learned about investments this year, and I just started my retirement account this year.
Oh, that's
This all
wonderful.
has to do with math.
It
Yes.
does.
This is a
all.
beautiful conversation.
Math and financial literacy is very important to the future because the earlier you start saving, the more money you will have compounding when you're older.
Financial analyst Kelsey Sarah Water.
Yes.
Great advice.
Wait, your real name's Sarah?
Yeah.
So, how have you guys been like learning this information? Like,
So-
who taught you budgeting and financial stuff, or you just kind of figured it out on your own?
Well, I kind of scroll on Instagram Reels, and
I don't know if that's the best place
this
to
isn't the
learn
best
it.
place. No, this isn't how I learn. And they're just like, you need to start opening college stuff. You need to start doing this. So I'm like, okay. So there's an app I use called Acorns, and that's a great place to start for people that don't really know anything. And basically, they kind of invest stuff for you. Say if you want to be low risk, high risk, medium risk. And then I just have automatic money come out and invest it for me in like bonds, stocks. And then for the retirement account, I opened a Roth IRA, which is basically a way to get, I don't know if it's tax free fully, but you could invest up to $7,000 in there per year,
Yes.
and I think it's tax free.
When the money comes
When the
out
money comes out,
afterwards,
yeah.
yes, because you pay taxes
Yeah, you
after
pay
your
tax on it.
income, right? After you pay taxes on it, so you pay your taxes ahead of time, so then you don't pay taxes on it when the money comes out later
Yes. And
Yeah.
the earlier you start your retirement, the longer it'll compounded. Because even the difference between starting when you're 20 and 25 is
on.
a
It
big
is a
difference.
big difference. Yes. Okay, so we have a couple minutes left, but I want you guys all to share like a revelation or like how being here at VCF, right, Victory Christian Fellowship, and being part of the youth group has helped you like through college, for those of you still in college, or graduate college. Okay? You all
Sounds like
ready?
a plan.
Okay. Kelsey, you ready to go first?
Oh, I'm first. Yeah.
Or I can switch to
No, no,
Sean,
no, no.
either
That don't
one.
matter to me.
Oh no, I'm ready.
Okay, go for it.
Well, it's definitely a lot of the people at VCF have helped me like learn about different things. Just because everyone, like Melissa with her math, and Miss
Thank
Damien
you.
with a lot of stuff, and Pastor Fiona with her common sense.
Yes. Her strategies.
There's a lot of things that like you're going through and you're trying to make decisions, and then you just tell it to someone, and they sometimes just have a much simpler solution that you didn't think of because you're not. When you have different opinions, you can just learn and talk off different things. So it helped me a lot just make different decisions just because I talked about it with someone at VCF, and they gave me some wisdom, or the Holy Spirit was speaking through them to explain a different path I could take.
Yes. That's wonderful. All right, Josh.
What helped me from VCF was the constant words of God being drilled into my head, so that I always respond with faith and not with like doubt or worldly things. I always think of God first. So whenever I'm feeling a problem or any type of sickness, I always pray over that instantly. And so I'm not, or any car troubles, I pray over my car as well. No, I have no car troubles, and my health is in perfect health. So I just always pray over that, so that I don't have to deal with any issues. So that's what helped me.
Awesome. Eli. So you haven't come to VCF. This is like your first time being here, but you clearly know VCF people, right? So how has meeting them influenced you or changed you? Like, do you notice differences between people who have come to VCF and people who have not?
Well, I know that the main reason I'm saving money going to college is because Pastor Fiona visited Oklahoma a few months ago.
I know this story very well. It's happened to all of us.
And I was like, well, I'm going to OSU because the reputation that goes with it. And she was just like, no, I've already taken the undergraduate classes. It's all online and videos and books. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll save money then. So now I'm going to Nelson University.
Yeah.
And I'm getting my degree that way.
Yeah. Definitely, like, that between Dr. Fiona and Pastor Doug, like, their ability with strategy, wisdom, encouragement, being based on the word, like, making sure, like, I mean, if I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times. Did you ask Holy Spirit, right?
Yep.
Like, so all of those things makes a big difference in, like, your life path.
And my thing that VCF helps with is purpose.
Yes.
If you need to know your purpose in life. You can't go about life without no purpose. It's like driving without a road. You need to know where you're going. You need to know why you're going there and how to get there. You might not know the entire length of the road, but just take it step by step, mile by mile. Figure out your purpose. Figure out where you need to go, and that's the way to do it.
Yes. Wonderful. All right. Anybody want to add anything else?
Join us tomorrow on the Tapestry of Your Life.
Yes.